Good morning, everyone. I'm back with a new scent, an actual new scent of the day, and so I get to make a new video. Uh, a week ago, I guess no, it was last Friday. It was this Friday. I went to my brick and mortar store. Hadn't been in there in a year and a half, maybe 2 years. It's called the Scent Masters. It's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I think they have an online presence, but they only have two employees. They have the owner and Jalisa works there. And I'm not sure, they might have more employees, but they do have a web presence, and it's called the Scent Masters. So I was over there, I was taking Miss Floss to go to the outlets, and I stopped in there. And I picked up a couple of discovery sets. I picked up an 8 and Bob, a Roja Parfums, Etat de l'Orange, you know? And I think that's the only three I picked up. And then I picked up this. And this is a little 15 ml bottle of Orchestre de Parfums. And you got to forgive me on all these pronunciations. I'm not a reviewer or anything like that. I'm just a guy from Philly that doesn't know how to speak French. So anyway, that's who I am. And but I love Vetiver, and they knew that. And so this one's called Vetiver Overdrive. And Jalisa knew that, and she took me over that side and said, "Oh, you might want to get this." And then, you know, when she gave me the 50 mil and 100 mil, it was like, no. And she said, "Oh, you know what? They come in these little 15 mils, so it's pretty nice." I wish everybody did this. You know, I buy decants and stuff, but I wish every company made these little small, individual 15 mil, things. It'd be better for people that do collect, because I have no use for bottles. You know, I really don't. I don't collect bottles. They just collect dust almost. And I never go through a full bottle. The only bottle in the 4 years I've ever gone through has been Ludici. And people know that's my fragrance. So I have gone through a bottle of that. But other than that, I rarely go through a 5 or 2 mil sample, even of stuff I love. I have so many samples and stuff like that I don't, I go back to other fragrances. So anyway, with this, we're hear more about what this is. Oh, and right here it has a URL code, and that plays a song. That's pretty interesting. It's like a blues song. This company, Orchestre de Parfums, they sort of try to marry fragrances and music, I guess. And so they have a song with it. I think they have a beer line with it. And I wanted it for the Vetiver. And so when I put it on that day, actually, and I remember it going away fast, and I remember my initial thought was, it's a Vetiver. You know, it's like Terre de Hermes. Today I decided to put it on because it's a rainy day, cooler day, and it's a little different today. It started out like a creamy, actually it is a creamy, it's a creamy Vetiver. Creamy, it's not a creamy Vetiver. It's a creamy fragrance with Vetiver in it, I would say. Initially when I had it on and I was reaching for it, I almost got like that Roja Vetiver, that type, more than Terre de Hermes, that side. And, but then it doesn't, that doesn't last very long. Or I'm going nose blind to it, one or the other. I sprayed here, and then I sprayed on my shirt. I actually sprayed on my shirt. And that's what I was smelling in the beginning in the morning. And then I sprayed right here before Mrs. Fritz got up. And when I went to her, she got up about 15, 20 minutes later. And I went to her, she didn't really smell it on me until I put this up to her. And that was the last one I smelled. So that tells you a little bit about either the performance or something. But, or I could be going nose blind because I've been doing this. Because in that initial smell, it comes out to like a creamy Vetiver. The notes on it are Vetiver. It's interesting. Vetiver, ambroxan, and then it has bergamot, geranium, cedar, and musk. And that's it. That's all it has on it. It's called Vetiver Overdrive, but it just has those 6 notes. And it has ambroxan, and I thought, well, maybe that's why they call it Overdrive, like the ambroxan will push up the Vetiver. But I think the ambroxan probably pushes up some of the other stuff. Looking at that, I'm telling you that I get the Vetiver smell. I do get, when I think of all my Vetivers, I get that. Like, they all run together some. but I get some other interesting smells in this. I get like a soapy clean smell. And interesting, there's one interesting one that I get, which is about 30, 40 minutes into it, and I can still get that now. I get that little petrol smell, that little gasoline smell that you can get in Fahrenheit. And so that intrigued me. I was like, wait a minute, what's wrong with my nose? Why am I getting that smell along with the vetiver and stuff? And I went back and looked at the notes in Fahrenheit and saw some similar notes there, the musk and the cedar especially. And so my thought was, well, maybe this ambroxan's pushing nose up instead of the vetiver. I don't know. I'm not an expert. What do I know? But yeah, that's what I thought. I thought this musk must be like a clean white musk. The cedar there, the ambroxan, the bergamot, they're in Fahrenheit, and maybe that ambroxan, well, ambroxan isn't, but maybe that's pushing those up, and vetiver and geranium are just sitting there like this, and balancing that out. I don't know. It's still, I mean, I still can get the vetiver smell out of it here and there, and I would put it with my vetivers for sure. I have a playlist of vetivers, and this would go in that if it was there. I don't know where it would go on that range of. It is a niche one, and it is expensive. That's why I said I'm glad I got this. This was like $30 for 15 mil. So, do I need it in my collection? Probably not. I have a couple good ones. I have a couple medium ones. I have a lot of vetivers. I like vetiver. Vetiver's a good note for me. But it was good getting this, and I'll have this forever. So I do have it in my collection now. Speaking of vetiver, I'm going to give you 3 people that you really should watch to get an idea of vetiver. At least each individual reviewer on YouTube, they're all good at whatever. But some of them lean blues, some of them lean modern, some of them lean vintage. Some of them are they're not strictly, but some of them their heart, what they like is vetiver. 3 of them in particular. And they go really into it. The first one is Max Forte. He has multiple videos on 10 best vetivers, 15 best for 25, whatever. The second one's the opposite of the spectrum on him, which is Dallas from Chaos Fragrances. And he also likes vetiver, which is interesting because he's a younger guy. And but he would say that's what he likes, and he likes everything else, but he likes vetiver, and he has a couple playlists on vetiver. Then the third one, if you really want to learn about vetiver, not that you couldn't learn from those 2, but is Jared from the Perfume Guy. You definitely want to watch him, Sebastian Jared. That's Sebastian Jared. And actually, you want to look up a video of him with some lady named Dana, D-A-N-A. And she has a great video with him discussing vetivers and discussing the actual plant, and goes way into the weeds on it, talks about all the different types of smells it can bring up. That's the video you want. I'll try to link it in my notes on this. So I don't know if any of them ever smelled this, what any of them think about this. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad they suggested it to me. It is interesting. I will say this, I have been going like that, so it isn't that bad that I've been doing that. But I did come down the steps, and I asked Miss Floss when I passed her by. I said, "Did you still smell me?" She said, "No, I didn't smell anything on you." So I'm not sure about the overdrive part of it. I'm not sure what the Ambrox does or anything like that. So with that, I'm going to close. I'll just ask that you help me be kind and pray for peace in the world. We really need some peace in this world. And have a nice day. Bye.